The internet connection.
There's no sound.
But if I were to suggest that you play a key role in the awakening world?
You need to turn your original sound on, Scott.
And that you are watching this because you have heard the call. We can start right now by opening our hearts and minds. To the awakening world.
Happy Sacred Sunday, everybody, and happy solstice. I am Love Coach Scott Thomas. I'm dressed in dark since it's the darkest day of the year. But I tell you what brightens my light is looking out and seeing how many of our beloved friends are with us on a Sacred Sunday show. We've got Dr. Kat, Dia Therese, Charles Betterton, Terry Russo, George Noble, Shanti Sharifried, Reverend Jeffrey, and the mystic monk of the wild monastery, the wild monk of the mystic monastery, Eleanor Joy, Diara, Lynn and Leaf, and many, many others, but I'm only saying the names of the people whose cameras are on. And welcome. It's a special Sacred Sunday broadcast, and the idea for this really came because we had the State of the World Forum took place this year, or this week, I should say, and it was amazing. And so I'm going to show some highlights from that. And we're also going to dance with Summer Joy Raymer, and that's going to start in 7 minutes. But to get us rocking and rolling as only he can, here is our beloved Omar Shark.
I'm not too sure if it's going to be a rock and rolling one. This is a group song. I'm going to put it in the chat, and many of us know it. There it is. Sing along, but stay with your mics off. And happy solstice. And from the love in my heart to the love in your hearts, I greet you from the one that I am to the one you are. So here we are. Here we are. Love is in my heart today. Love heals in every way. Gentle is this heart of mine. I am in love divine. And peace is in my heart today. Peace guides me on my way. heart of mine. I am in love divine. So honey bit. La, 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 okay, one more go through. Love is in my heart today. Love heals in every way. Gentle is this heart of mine. I am in love divine. And peace is in my heart today. Peace guides me through my way, on my way. Gentle is this heart of mine. I am in love divine. Okay. One last verse. I am healing, I am whole. I am loved deep in my soul. Gentle is this heart of mine. I am in love divine. One more time. Gentle is this heart of mine. I am in love divine. Happy Sunday, sacred Sunday.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And I'd love to. We've got a couple minutes. I'm kind of keeping an eye on what's happening on the Sign Network. And where am I? Did I lose myself?
No, you're there.
You know what's so funny is I don't see myself.
Oh, we see you. It's all good.
I must have. Here we go. Thank you. It's been one of these mornings. I'm kind of keeping track of what's going on in the Sign Network because we are going to screen share when it comes time for Summer Joy to do her dance. But right now I'm looking and it must be recorded because Jerry Anderson is talking, but he's in the Zoom room with us. So it's happened. We are now living in multidimensional reality. Now, I want to point this out. Here is Jerry live with us now, right? But if you take a look, there is Jerry also on Facebook at the same time. So proof that we now have finally learned how to bilocate. And of course, it would be the mystic monk, the wild monk of the mystic monastery who first figured out how to be in two places at once. Congratulations, Jerry, you did it. Now, 100th monkey, since you did it, we all can do it now. We can all bilocate, which is something I know many of us have been trying to do for a long time. Thank you, Jerry. I think while I wait for Summer Dance to begin, I would love to read comments or hear from any of you. So if any of you actually want to speak, like as in you turn on your camera and I put the spotlight on you, raise your hand by doing that little thing. That brings you to the front of the screen where I can see you. And I'd love to hear what some of you say. And Terry Russo writes, too funny. Now we just need to figure out molecular transport. Yep, absolutely.
Well, actually, we just need to remember what happened last night with Kat and Feel into the Field, right, Kat?
That's right. Kat's here.
I woke up with that this morning and I thought to myself, I'm not availing myself of the field. It's going to be my morning mantra.
Yes, good. Yeah, that's exactly. The more and more we expand ourselves into the field, the more we'll understand how to do all of that.
Exactly. Thank you. And I see Lynn and Leaf has their hands up.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Lynn and Leaf in a moment, but since we brought Kat up, question, Kat, has in your science and spirituality world, has anybody that you're aware of actually bilocated? Is that happening yet?
I mean, not that, well, I mean, there are people doing like astral travel, right? So that's a form of bilocation. What do you mean by bilocation? Two places at once, or?
Yeah, where somebody actually is in, like they're at home, but they project themselves and show up in Paris at the conference or whatever it is.
Well, yeah. So I know.
It's 11:11, Scott.
Yeah, she hasn't started yet.
Okay, excuse me, Kat.
I'm keeping
Okay,
track
yeah.
on it.
So I do. So you guys all know the book. It's called Mind to Matter, written by Dawson Church.
Right.
Do you know that? So I spoke to Dawson, I think last summer, and he said that so it's kind of a form of remote viewing or astral travel. He said that him and his wife no longer take physical trips anywhere. They just travel from their living room.
Wow. So there it is. That's what we're talking about. Yeah. Wow. All right. And I want to remind everybody that starting 2 weeks from today, as opposed to Sacred Sunday shows, we're going to all hopefully be joining Dr. Kat for her Sunday program. 13-week program starts 2 weeks from today,
Yeah.
January 4th, 9 o'clock in the morning Pacific time.
Actually, you know what? I messed up last night. It's not 9. It's not in the morning. It's in the afternoon. It's at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Pacific time, Sundays. Yeah.
Well, that makes it even easier for some
Yeah.
of us.
Yeah.
So I'll put the link into the chat box.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm still monitoring Enlightening Our Way Together on Facebook, and they haven't switched over to our gal yet. So we're going to hear from Lynn and Leaf. Hey, welcome, Lynn and Leaf. Please unmute so we can hear you.
Have a good Yule. Have a good Yule, everybody. It is the Yule celebration in the far north
What?
among the Vikings of ancient times, among the Celts of ancient times, among a lot of people. This was the big celebration. It's the winter solstice.
Hmm.
And we are just so grateful to be here at this time. And we are appreciating everything that you present to us because we are basically also by design, we are housebound, but we don't mind. This is our temple. And I'll tell you what, Omashar, when you play your music, I swear I levitate. I swear I do.
Good.
love it.
I'm glad members of our tribe swear. It's always a good thing. Clears it clears the throat. Thank
All
you.
right, Matt, grace to all of you. Look forward to dancing with Summer.
And you'll be back again.
Oh,
was a
yes.
That was a joke. You'll be back again. Haha.
Oh, you.
Thank you. It's the penny dropped.
Save us a space beside you, Gert boy. We're coming in.
Yeah.
Well, I think Summer Joy is about ready to do her thing, so I'm going to switch over to that. Share sound, and let me know how this sounds once I turn her volume back up.
In this together here.
And
That's good.
Francine has her hand.
Okay. So let me just catch up here. Yes, Francine, let me spotlight you. If there's anyone else that is a part of the Eastern region, let's bring us in together. Oh, Jane Young. Yeah. Okay, bringing you in. Anyone else, please raise your hand.
To be fair, I'm from the
Excuse me? What's that?
I'm in Santa Fe, just to let you know. I'm from the East Coast. I'm from the East Coast, but here in Santa Fe, just saying. I don't know if it's me right in the moment. I don't know.
Yeah,
You know what I'm wondering, Tiara? Would you be willing to jump into her Zoom room and let her know that we're all watching through screen share? And do you need the link to her Zoom room, or do you have it?
Why don't you give it to me just to be sure?
Okay, I'll send it to you in a minute.
Great, sounds good.
Just a little context.
And also
We
go
are
full
in
screen,
a
Scott.
24-hour relay,
I will in 1 minute.
sharing light from 12 different regions all around the world. So solstice, obviously we are, solstice is here, which means all sorts of things for all of us. And it's just been an incredible canopy of kindness as the light has been passed to all these regions. So as you are like a bridge between East and sort of Central, it's perfect. And
Great.
it would be so beautiful to hear, what your particular light is sharing forth from your region for this world at this time. Yeah. And
This
welcome
is
our
wonderful. Thank you. I wrote this beautiful poem for today, this prayer, and I didn't really realize I'd be here present, but guided every day to be here with you all for lighting the way. So on behalf of all of us here representing the East Coast, the Eagle, the ones that are representing how to connect with the condors in the south of the heart, this prayer is for this moment on behalf of the people. I call upon all of our benefic, our ancestors, guardians, to witness and acknowledge this moment in time and space. As we call north, east, southwest of the below within, we're asking all of our benefic beings, kind with truth, light, to come and be with us now. We love you, we thank you, we honor you, we respect you. May all those who walk between the worlds and those who have crossed over, our ancestors, and those who await the choices that we make here on earth, may we all be present in this moment, in this sacred breath. My prayer is for how each individual chooses to go forward from this day forward. May we choose the light. May every choice be made with awareness. May humanity be strong enough to face truth, courageous enough to meet it.
That seems to have frozen. It's them that froze. We're not frozen. Okay, well, that's good to know. So happy solstice, and I'll kind of keep track on that and see if they come back into live reality. I haven't seen Diara pop in there yet.
Jerry, you have something to say?
Yeah, that was about an hour and a half ago.
Oh, really? Huh. Well, let me try restarting that Facebook Live. Oh, yeah, you're right. It still is our bilocated Jerry there.
Well, so maybe can you scroll it along to later in the program, because you might be restarting it from the beginning.
That's a good idea. Or let's see. I mean, that looks like. Are you all still seeing it?
Yes.
I mean, that looks like somebody. Oh, well, now it keeps. All right, here, let's try this. Okay, that looks like.
Day 3. That's we're going through the
Solstice Sacred Fire. There's so many fires. There's too many fires going on. Well, gosh, gee golly willikers, we really do want to dance with her. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try this suggestion that Omashar had made. I'm going to see if I can pull it up on my Zoom on another computer. So while I do that, Omashar, I'm going to turn it over to you for a moment to do whatever you want to do, conduct conversation or whatever you want to do. Because I'm going to.
I can play a song, guys and girls, or we can chat. If anyone wants to chat, just raise your hand and we can chat. It's all gone.
Do chat, because I might have her in a moment here.
All right. So, George, anybody? Oh, Scotty, come on, brother.
There's been a lot of buildup this month for today. And I've been on a few events this morning, and it's incredible what is going on. And I'm going to post more of that throughout the week. But yeah, there's just been a lot of moving and grooving, and people doing their thing, and it's built up for today. So we're doing it, y'all.
And yeah, the million people meditation was this morning at some for me hour, which is like really early. And so I don't know how many of us joined in on that one, but
I did. There's a few going, and then a couple others that I signed up for, but yeah, just like in the last couple of months, all the work and passionate service we've all been doing has really built up to today, and we're moving and grooving. We are doing it. So
we are.
Thank you all for your passionate service.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna now try something very unique. I am going to replace myself with my spotlight. I'm going to take off my background. You guys get to see my phone. Now, if I put this up, here's...
As long as your original sound is on, we'll hear that sound.
So make sure my original sound is on here.
Yeah.
It's on. And then let me make this large.
Are you on your other computer?
I am.
Have it. I thought we already did. We passed it to Summer so she could do her joy dance.
That kind of works.
We've moved it on officially.
Find yourself a box to put it on, brother.
We didn't do the
What's that?
Find yourself a box to put it on.
They're wonderful. Yay.
Or a pillow.
Light, you don't even see it.
Yes. It moves so fast. It's so funny.
Oh,
okay,
I see.
great. Good deal. You ready for video?
Well, okay, no. I just wanted to let you know. I wanted to share that with you.
We're getting a lot of reflection.
Yeah, I see
I
that.
just feel like maybe hearing voices.
Well, okay. So when we set this up, the idea was to bring light to these different regions, the 12 regions that we identified. So just so you guys know, I mentioned this a couple of hours ago. I want to restate it.
Can you put your screen down more? The camera?
No, that's the most it goes down.
And get a pillow.
And the folks over here are
it's a very large laptop, unfortunately.
Put it on a couple of pillows.
Bring light again. This idea of getting to know where your water comes.
Let me put it on speaker.
That we live in watersheds, and that we act locally.
We can hear it okay.
Scale through these bioregions to then synergize globally like we've been doing. For me, that's kind of like the pattern. Act locally, scale bioregionally, and synergize globally. So I thought it'd be fun to have my neighbors here. Hey, David.
They are synergizing with the birds right now. So as we shared the song Into the Garden of Joy, clouds parted, the rain stopped, and birds are chirping so beautifully. So we welcome all the birds as well into the room. So if you want to share your name and, at this moment.
Ooh. Well, greetings to all those who celebrate the coming of the light. Here, my brothers in the south.
If you move it back a little bit,
enjoy the warmth,
it'll be a bit more focused.
the long day.
And put it on a pillow.
How's that?
My name is David Haskell.
Not very
here
good.
in this
Can you put it on a pillow?
Yeah, let me grab a pillow.
The land of the Snohomish that have been here long before us. And I am with my friends, Summer and John, and I stand with them and honor their absolute reverence for the message of joy in the world. And it is the
Actually, I'm not a bit further away is good.
so rightly expressed and manifest in their hearts.
How's that?
And it is a joy to be here. And it's a joy to share.
It needs to be held steady, so it focuses. Actually, it's good there, brother.
I was telling everyone here about the bioregional work that's going on.
How's that?
We have folks here from all
Back a
over
bit.
the world, yes, that are also
Right.
working in their
It's it's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is working, you guys.
Get your chest was the best.
I think I'm gonna.
A deep meaning that you are where you are. You care for what you stand on. This
Yeah.
is your
I don't think
this
this is
the
working
place
so well.
that you stand. And this is the place that
So,
Well, we're going to go into the state of the world videos, right?
we are going to.
Maybe we could have a little song before then. And
I think we need a song.
and a chuckle at the attempted folly. Because the main thing is we're all together in this room, our family, and I'm going to go on to. You put us on gallery view, perhaps.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
And we're here together, and that's what it's about. And we know the technical world is the technical world, and it is what it is sometimes. But I'm so grateful to be here, and I love my Sunday mornings actually with my tribe, because I've just basically I go to bed about 3 or 4 in the morning. I have to peel myself off my sheets to come here, but the joy of us joining together just lights me up, and I'm amazed at how my field comes in, and I get my electrical charge up a little bit more, Kat. And and my brain opens, the cells start firing that don't normally fire till about 2 in the afternoon, and it's like brilliant. And so, how about that for an excuse? So, so should we sing a song and then get on with the thing, Scott?
That sounds like a good plan.
All right, I'm almost there. Chat for a minute.
Well, I'll read some of the comments that have come in. Scotty Satori writes, "This reminds me of the days when I had to record my music of 2 boom boxes using cassette tapes." Absolutely. Charlotte LaFranc is in the house. That's always a joy. Yeah, Summer hasn't even started dancing yet. She's just got different people coming in and schmoozing. So, Dr. Laura points out it is a spectacularly beautiful sunny day in Chicago. Even with the cold, she did meditation in the sun, sitting on the ground. Wow. And scrolling up, looking at the chats. George Noble listened to a Center for Spiritual Living talk about stillness, its importance, and the different forms. Jerry reminds us that joy to the world is still God's goal. Right on, Jerry. And Dr. Laura reminding us, may peace and unity prevail on earth. Reverend Jeffrey, I am healed through the love I am joyously emitting to all that are here. Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Jerry. And thank you, Reverend Jerry, for all the people you brought into our world, including Dr. Kat Lewis, who blew our audience away last night. Kat, I've received multiple comments from people about how blown away they were by your presentation last night. And we'll make a separate edit of that and put it in our dynamic playlist. And also it was sweet, wasn't it sweet to see Jay Mayer and kind of remember, some of those older days and remember what he provided for us. That was very, very, very
It's amazing, really. And also with Kat's, it's like she's a synthesizer, and it really is the final dovetailing of the spiritual world with the scientific mind. And because we've all risen to, this is my perspective, a certain level of consciousness, it really, even though the grief and the sadness of Jay's passing is with many of us, we also realize he's just etherealized into a higher vibratory form. And so it takes the sting away from it, yet it may still be sad, the passing of his personality, etc. But it just made it so real for us, and it was like not the missing piece, but kind of the missing piece, because we've been all working on this becoming consciousness from all our different angles. And I've been around the spiritual, metaphysical conference world for couple of decades, but dovetailed in it has always been scientific people like Nassim and Greg Braden and people who are bridging the worlds. And it's finally now that it has merged. It's like there's no going back, and it's amazing. And I'm just going to sing this little song called "The Garden of One," and it's a gentle one, Adora, so you'll have to waltz to it.
And by the way, they are on I do have on Facebook Live now Summer's thing, although she hasn't started dancing yet. So
well, let's
do
go
the
there,
Garden
then.
of Joy.
I'm in the flow, brother. Let's go there.
You sure?
Yeah,
all right, but
well,
let's do Garden of Joy after Summer Joy then.
All right.
All right, here we go.
His wife and I followed. We did about 35 years of solstice celebrations, calling people in to notice the deep darkness, to let go of whatever was a burden for them and see a new pathway, feel, sense a new pathway into the future. I hope we all may find that new path into the future soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Yes, to all of that. I also just want to say I really want to dedicate my light to Tony. He's an Indigenous elder here on Whidbey Island with the Squamish tribe. And he has a coffee shop that's been a education center for a few years now, and his wife, Michelle. And I just really want to honor him at this moment. What it took for him to listen to his ancestors to have the coffee shop called Beaver Tales. And it is today actually is the last day that it's open, which is a whole other story, but I just really want to send blessings to both of them that they find a great next chapter for what so beautifully they have been bringing to the community, where in an area on Whidbey Island called Coopville now was once 8 longhouses from his great grandfather. So I'm just really feeling him at this particular moment, and I'm just sending him, dedicating my light, our light here to him at this moment of tremendous change and hopefully beautiful possibilities to continue his calling in our community, to circle back to his ancestors' land.
Great. And then local. Now, as we conclude the solstice ceremony, the ceremonial relay, follow the sun that we've been doing for the last 24 hours. Remember, there's a 4th day. That is the path ahead. So maybe Joan or Shonda or Anna Marie, somebody, let's show everybody here, just to be clear, in the Global Fire Ceremony Room.
Anna Marie is here. I
Good.
see her.
Why don't you share your screen, just people can see what's upcoming still. There's a whole range of amazing events. Dr. Tamsin Woolley Barker was talking to Lila June about
No screen share, Scott. And you're muted. You're muted, brother.
I thought they were going into dance, but I'm completely confused as to what is on Facebook right now. But I don't see any dancing happening, and it doesn't coalesce with what's going on. Well, No, it does. Facebook is also what's on my Zoom link to her room. So let's go back to the Garden of One song, do our own dancing, and then we're going to go to the State of the World Forum.
Perfect. And also, I noticed that Susan Woolrich put in the chat that she wished as an elder grandma to light her Chinooka candles for Ben Bowler, but couldn't get her hand to raise, and she'd love to say a poem at some time. So let's do maybe the song, shall we? And then what do you think, Scott?
Well, I just put up Susan. Was that the Susan you were referencing?
Yes.
Susan Woolrich, you need to unmute and then do what you wanted to do, and then we'll turn it back over to Omashar. Whoops. You need to unmute, dear.
No, that's your camera.
Yeah, she's... Okay.
That's your camera again, sweetie. You still need to turn your
There,
mic on.
now I can unmute. This is kind of what's been happening. You know,
It's all right.
Scott,
We're family and we love each other and we don't care. It's all good.
well, it's perfect because it's what's happening. I think we can blame it on 3-Eye Atlas.
Three-Eye Atlas is a good whale.
Because last night I so wanted to light the Hanukkah candles. Everyone was a little tired. And so I wanted to say a little poem for all of us because it really hits right now. It's called The Night Ark. There's no hurry. All that floundering by day, not to worry. There's room and time, even for the water buffalo. Slow eaves and joists and joints of this ark creak. But it's vast and buoyant with all our dreams. So shut your eyes and do not fear. The ark is moored by your front door. The boatman knows nothing of miles or minutes. The ocean is everywhere, and you are already on board.
Thank you, Susan. That's beautiful.
I am with you here inside. Don't worry, don't worry. And I love you more than you could know. Come along now and lay your head on my heart, on my heart. Close your eyes, dear, and rest a while in me. Keep open your heart, let in the sun. Bathe yourself in the garden of one. Know you're at home and in my embrace. There is divine grace. Now I ask you to take a step towards me, toward me. I can feel your longing to be home. So come along now and lay your head on my heart, on my heart. Close your eyes, dear, and rest a while in me. Keep open your heart, let in the sun, and bathe yourself in the garden of one. Know you're at home and in my embrace. Here is divine grace. Cause I'm with you here inside. Don't worry, don't worry. And yes, I love you more than you could know. Keep open your heart, let in the sun. Bathe yourself in the garden of one. Know you're at home and in my embrace. Here is divine grace. Here is divine grace. Here is empty space.
Let's all give Omashar some big love. And as somebody said in the chat box, as Terry Russo said, where would we be without our dear Omashar? Thank goodness he's here with helping us keep high vibes. Absolutely.
Yes, and thank you. And I repeat that for all of us, Terry, because we're all pinging off each other and getting higher and higher and deeper and more refined truth through the sharings that we share with each other. And so we really are lifting as a family. And of course, our families are connected to all the other families that are lifting. And we're raising the consciousness of the world right now. What a concept. And Scott, maybe you'd like your background on again, because you do need to clear your bed.
Oh, shit. That's right.
Hey, no swearing is Sunday. Actually,
this has been a really wild, funny day.
it is funny. And the thing is, everyone's seeing all of the everything that happens in front of the scenes and behind the scenes. And Dear, I think it was, actually said, because of watching it in this way, she really feels a part of the family, because, you know, we're not hiding anything. It's just all in the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny because while you were doing the song, I was getting everything all set up on the State of the World Forum videos. And wouldn't you know that they literally have changed the program. So I have to log in, and I'm doing that right now.
Well, cool. Whilst that's happening, let's hear from Jeffrey Colebrook, who's got his hand up.
Please spotlight him, because I'm
right.
on. I'm yeah.
Okay. Well, it's so good to be here and being able to watch the wonderful emergence of our dear friend Dr. Love Cat Lewis in her program, and it ties back into really the underlying science that is so important. Hi there, beautiful.
I love the new haircut.
Thank you. And but you know, we get to share meditations with her, and we've been in process for years now with Nassim Haramein and the groups as it continues to evolve and it continues to work the science is bringing. And you know, we're talking about the rising of the consciousness and telepathy. Well, I have a little bit of news I thought I'd share here. I wasn't going to be, but you know, while Atlas, you 3-1 Atlas is come and gone. It's the fastest thing that's come through here. There's something that's been here for a lot longer. That's the Boogosphere. And that to me has a much more interesting mystery that we are involving. There are one of the scientists is from the International Space Federation, is working on that and getting to know what's happening. And it turns out that it's not only it's sentient, but it's telepathic. They're actually communicating with it and having telepathic conversations with some of the people that are working on finding out exactly what this Boogosphere is. They do know it's 10,000 years old. It's going to be so exciting to see how that unfolds as we learn something about that connection to a deeper ancient wisdom that is, whether it's from a deeper ancient wisdom from here or from the celestial realm. It's a fascinating, just fascinating thing we're having fun following. And so I just thought I'd bring up that information as well. And the fact that it's just such a fun place to come and share our love here with each other. And, I hope that, I really hope that we can all continue to try to support bringing in zero point energy. I see it as the #1 solution for what's going on with Mother Earth, Gaia. Without until this reptilian brain that's running the planet, continues wasting the beautiful resources of our planet. But we can be replaced. We can use that. We can move to the next level of civilization easily and gracefully. If we can open up and let ourselves embrace the energy that is the source that heals. The very field that Kat was talking about is also accessible to run all the energy in our planet. That energy, because it runs us, it is us. It created us. It keeps every little proton spinning. If it wasn't there, the whole universe would disappear shortly, because it has to be there. It's a field, and we are meant, as we evolve as our intelligence, to tap into it, to use it.
Something strange has surfaced in Colombia. An object so...
That's good, Reverie.
Somebody wants to show that. That's
I think there's something strange that just appeared as you, brother. So with this new information, Scott.
Well, since he was talking about the Boogosphere, I went ahead and went onto YouTube to see the latest update. Now, it's too long to show now, but I'm curious. I'm going to go to gallery view. How many of you are already familiar with the Boogosphere? If you're already familiar with it and you're tracking it, raise your hand. Because I'm looking at gallery view. Okay, so actually just a few of you. So this is an extraordinary thing that's happening. I'm going to go back to speaker view. So I'm going to start this video. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but it will give people a little bit of an introduction to what's happening, because it is a very amazing thing. So thank you, Reverend Jeffrey, for attention to it. And then we'll get to the State of the World Forum.
Precise. Something strange has surfaced in Colombia. An object so precise, so out of place, that even seasoned researchers admit they've never seen anything like it. The Boogosphere looks simple at first glance, but the moment high-resolution images hit the internet, everything changed. No seams, no tool marks, no known method to explain its construction. And then came the real shock. Resin sealed deep inside the sphere, dated to more than 12,560 years old, a time when humans weren't supposed to have any advanced technology at all. Scientists, engineers, and investigators have spent months trying to close the gap between its age and its impossible design. But the closer they look, the stranger the truth becomes. A metallic object, The Buga sphere was first uncovered by construction workers in a remote area near Buga, Colombia, while clearing soil for a new development. At first, they thought it was an ordinary rock, but its smooth metallic surface and perfect roundness immediately drew attention. Local authorities were notified, and the object was carefully extracted from the surrounding earth. Photos circulated quickly, sparking immediate interest among scientists and the public. The unusual find was unusual enough to raise questions even before any laboratory testing had begun, and it set the stage for the months-long investigation that would follow. The Buga sphere drew attention long before labs had a chance to test it. The object looked simple from a distance.
Scott, put
Yet
it back
something
on the
about
small
it
screen.
made people hesitate. The surface seemed too controlled, too deliberate,
Put
and
it
too
back
free.
on small, because it keeps on flashing on and off. Put it back on the small screen. Take it out of full. There we go. Now try it. Keep going. It's really interesting, but it just flashes on and off.
Of the small irregularities that usually reveal how something is made. Even
That's
the
better.
earliest photos gave the sense that the sphere held information that wasn't obvious at first glance. As more high-resolution images appeared, the surface raised immediate questions. The metal showed no welds, seams, or tool marks. Engineers who reviewed the photos pointed out that even advanced fabrication normally leaves tiny details, grinding lines, directional brushing, or slight differences in surface depth. None of those appeared here. Instead, the metal looked uniform, as if it had formed all at once. Under angled lighting, faint lines became visible. They didn't match letters, symbols, industrial stamps, or anything used in manufacturing. They sat inside the metal rather than on top of it, and their spacing didn't follow any obvious pattern, which made them hard to interpret. The next noticeable feature was the set of 31 microscopic openings spread across the shell. Under magnification, each opening showed an identical circular shape and size. Achieving that type of accuracy on a curved surface is difficult without controlled tools. Internal scans showed that each opening connected to a straight channel inside the sphere. The walls of the channels were smooth, polished, and showed consistent structure across the entire object. Because nothing in the photos matched known categories, researchers needed direct access to samples. The first usable material came from resin trapped deep inside the channels. This gave scientists something they could measure, not just observe. Once the internal resin samples reached laboratory teams, the work shifted from surface impressions to direct testing. The goal was simple: figure out whether the material inside the openings could help establish when the sphere, or at least part of it, was created. This turned the focus toward laboratory methods rather than appearance. Why laboratory testing? Interest in the Buga sphere grew once researchers understood that photos couldn't answer the main questions about the object. Colombian officials collected small amounts of resin from deep inside several of the microchannels and sent them to the University of Georgia's Center for Applied Isotope Studies. This resin was the only material that could provide a measurable timeline because the metal itself could not be dated using radiocarbon methods. Lab technicians reviewed the resin pieces under controlled lighting. They checked texture, surface condition, and anything that might show modern contamination. The fragments were tiny and didn't look unusual on their own, but their location inside sealed channels made them important. The team noted that debris found on exterior surfaces is easy to dismiss, but resin hidden inside a narrow engineered space is different. It suggested that the material had been part of the object's assembly or function. Accelerator mass spectrometry was used to measure the remaining carbon in the resin. This is a sensitive method that can detect extremely small carbon traces. The readings came back stable across repeated tests. Each measurement pointed to an age close to 12,560 years before present. This placed the resin within a prehistoric era marked by cold climate, unstable environments, and small hunter-gatherer groups with basic tools. Lab workers reviewed their steps to rule out errors. They confirmed that the samples were handled cleanly, that no modern carbon had been introduced during preparation, and that the sealed channels had protected the resin from outside exposure. Because the results remained stable, the team had to consider the possibility that the resin truly dated to that period, the age applied only to the resin, not the metal. But if the resin had been used during assembly, it meant someone integrated prehistoric material into a highly precise, engineered object. That raised questions that couldn't be answered through dating alone. With a confirmed age, researchers turned toward the physical structure of the sphere to understand whether any part of its construction matched tools or methods from known periods. They needed to see.
Just want to check in with everybody to see how you're doing. I'm going to go to gallery view. Is this interesting to people? If people want to see more, give a thumbs up. If you're kind of done with it, give a thumbs down.
Sometimes.
Well, it's about 50-50. So what I'll do is I will put the link into the chat box. For those of you who want to watch the rest of it later on today, you can do so. So let me get them for you all.
Just share, of course, everyone, Danny Sheehan, Dr. Greer, the people from the ISF. Inez will be working on finding out more about it. One of the interesting things that didn't come up is that it gained weight after they gained it. In other words, it has gravity control, and it was flying around in gravity control. And when it came down, they watched it gain in weight. So that's one of the phenomena that they're trying to investigate how that could possibly be. So there's a lot of fascinating things that are coming out from this. Maybe we could even mention it tomorrow, Monday, a little bit if you want, Scott, as well.
Yeah.
Relates to gravity control and connection. Now, whether it's ancient humans, ancient people that had the technology before, or whether it's from off-planet technology, it's definitely something that we are not currently able to reproduce.
Yeah, and thank you for bringing it up again, Jeffrey, because it's a fascinating thing that's going on. All right, I am going to share with you a little bit of the State of the World Forum, and then we're going to actually watch part of it. Also, we've got Fanny and Vigari are going to join us in a little while, so we'll take a musical break and listen to Fanny and Vigari, and of course close out with an Omashar song. So the State of the World Forum started a week ago today. It started on Sunday, and it was Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. It was 4 days. A little bit about the history of it. Way back in the late 1990s, Jim Garrison created the State of the World Forum. He had some amazing presenters who came, including Gorbachev, who came all the way from Russia. And it really was a very inspired gathering of people to, because back in 1995, 96, when they were doing it, everybody was like, okay, we're approaching the millennium. Remember that? Remember Y2K and 2000 and all the hoopla around hitting the 2000s. Anyway, fast forward to present time, and Lynn Twist, who probably many of you know, Lynn Twist is the co-founder of the Pachamama Alliance, and she was down in Ecuador leading a group of people there. This was maybe 6 months ago or 9 months ago, and she Ubiquity University and asked him to reestablish the State of the World Forum, to put it on again in contemporary time. And Jim got chills when he got the message from Lynn that had come through to her to do that. And so he did. and he put together a powerful 4-day event. And the approach that they took was that we want to understand how to collaborate with 4 forms of intelligence: human intelligence, biological intelligence, artificial intelligence, and cosmic intelligence, which includes non-human intelligence. And really, at no other time in our history has there been such a convergence and expansion. I mean, look at how artificial intelligence is just becoming huge. I mean, it's similar to when the first cell phones came out or the internet first came out. You know, everything that's being done right now, or not everything, but so much is being done with artificial intelligence, and it's changing every field. Every field on the planet is changing because of AI. I think most of us who follow this sort of thing recognize that there's more non-human intelligence happening than ever before. And we're going to focus a lot on that in what I'm going to choose to show. Biological intelligence, they had Veda Austin, who does the amazing, she's kind of taken Dr. Emoto's work of studying messages from water, excuse me, and she's taken that to the next step, where the water or put a word in, and to read, it creates a hydroglyph, and the hydroglyphs are fascinating. So there's all these different forms of intelligence coming together. Since we don't have that much time, I decided actually, rather than skipping around, especially with all the technical snafus we've been having today, I'm actually going to show the majority of the closing program, which is all about hope. Earlier in the 4 days of the State of the World Forum, they had a lot of people coming on talking about the huge crises that we're facing, environmental catastrophes. Most of you know about that, and you know me now, I like to focus on inspiration. So this last segment of the day was called Hope, and we're going to hear from Jude Curvin. We're going to hear from quite a few people, wonderful people. So we're going to start with Jim Garrison giving a little bit of an overview of what's happened over the last 4 days and some of the incredible things that took place with watch parties. They had watch parties every night and every morning, and there was a lot of, and you'll see some of it, really fascinating phenomena that took place. So hopefully this is all going to work quite well. I'm sure that Omashar will let me know. And here we go.
Make sure all your other stuff is off in the background.
What's that?
Just make sure everything is off in the background. Your internet's a little bit slow. It looks good and it sounds good, but just make sure all of the program.
I'm going to go to force quit and
see what's running.
Let's see, QuickTime Player. We don't. Oh, we might need that. I can close Safari.
Yeah, many browsers.
I can't close Zoom.
No. I mean other redundant ones.
Okay, I got to keep Google Chrome open though, because I think that's where this is living.
Perfect.
Okay, let's try this. Exit full screen for a minute. Original sound. Here we go. Is that better?
Yep. Good so far.
Hello, everyone. We now come to the final session of the 2025 State of the World Forum. Having completed an extraordinary movement of spirit in our previous session, where we focused our attention not on the outer world and the other intelligences, both cosmic and terrestrial, but on the deep interiority of our humanity. And we did so in the spirit of one of the most foundational truths of ceremony and ritual, handed down over the millennia all over the world. And that the space between the ablution, the cleansing, and the sacrifice, the space between, is the holy of holies. Because it is in that space that human intention, embedded in the heart, is purified. So the session this morning was the Sanctum Sanctorum of the Forum. Once that purification takes place and the trauma is transmuted into creativity and compassion and forgiveness and healing and love, the sacrifice is possible. The action in the world, the manifestation of our intent. It's in that spirit that we want to now begin our closure. We're going to divide this session into two parts. The first part is going to look at our strategic initiatives, at the center of which is the Chris Bledsoe Center for Planetary Intelligence that we're in the process of forming. And about an hour in, we'll take a break and show a video, and then we'll begin our final ceremony that will mirror the opening ceremony with which we began on Sunday, 3 days ago. We want to start with the sky watching, because what's been happening while we've been on Zoom, what's been happening in the skies, my friends, has been unbelievable. Both in North Carolina with Chris Bledsoe and Casey Parteno and others, and in Albuquerque with Bertie Jaworski and various other watch parties around the world. So we're going to start with some of the video collage, the photo collages that have been collected over the last several days, because the cosmos has been watching. The cosmos has been bearing witness to this moment. And so we're going to begin with a celebration of the orbs, and then we'll move into the strategic initiatives in the Center for Planetary Intelligence. But welcome, everyone. And now Chris Bledsoe, Casey Parteno, and Bertie Jaworski will walk us through the orbs and tell a few stories taken from the mountaintop and the beaches. Hmm. Casey, do you want to say anything about the video before Georg puts it up?
Yeah, so we've been having sky watches here in North Carolina over the past 3 nights. Just had some amazing experiences. So we've collected all of the best footage from that, which we will be showing you all today, as well as going into some symbology that we've found recently with the group. And then we'll finish off with the psionics lens and go into that. So we'll sort of have 3 chapters to this video, and Chris is going to be talking over and kind of describing what you're seeing as we go through.
So for everyone here, take a look at this yellow orb that appeared right there. You see it flash on and flash off. This is at Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina. I've been here since Saturday, and I guess we've collected over 600 videos since Saturday night. Every night, massive amounts of orbs appearing. Well, this particular yellow orb, which is unusual, hardly rarely film those, appeared about 300 yards offshore from us, and a bit later you're going to see a green one that is extremely it's a color of green that is hard to create. I've had a scientist with me here the whole time with the class, the university class, and I really never told him who he was, but he's from Lockheed and NASA. And when you can see this thing just shoot by us. We had a lot of that. We call those streakers, but there's this green orb here. And if you can look at it close, it has merged with the yellow one. So there was a green orb and a yellow orb. They came within 300 yards of us. We filmed it in the early morning hours this morning again. But they joined. We watched them join. That's on the ground. That came from the sea. We had a lot of activity coming out of the ocean and coming right up to us and putting on a show. And everyone here in the class got to witness it. And behind it, if you look behind it, there's quite a few orbs that begin to show off back behind it. One of these clips, they were going completely crazy. But that is 2 orbs joined into one right there, setting on the surface, 300 yards offshore from where we were standing, our whole class. And I mean, it came and stayed pretty near an hour. There's another double. This video has been unedited, uncropped, anything. So it's shot in raw data. There's a lot of information there that we can pull out. But we've filmed 2 or 3 of these objects that flew by right overhead with nothing but 2 orbs side by side, and lots of that kind of stuff. I mean, it was constant the whole weekend with multiple orbs. You can see sometimes 2, 3, 4, 5 or more. There's an airplane there flickering, but the others are not airplanes. There's 3 there in a triangle. And I want everybody to pay attention to the 3. Why I wear a triangle on my lapel, and why there's 3 and a dot on the front of my book, UFO of God. You'll see an orb on the front cover with 3 little dots in it. It's very symbolic. It was 3 that took me on the river that night in 2007. And there's 3 there again. You notice they're lining up, and they do that constantly. Some symbology it's trying to tell us. And constant all night, sometimes 10 or 15 orbs. And we had tons of these types. So that came from the surface up. That was the crazy thing about it. It came from the surface and shot straight up, leaving a trail like that while filming this orb here. I did that the first night we got here, Saturday night. Just walked out on the back porch of the beach house. We were on the water here. More orbs right over the beach house. It was constant all night. They'd appear and vanish right in front of our eyes. So it was every direction we faced. It was behind us, out over the sea, above us. Um, that was shot with a Lumix camera, and it's in raw data, hasn't been modified in any way. But it's a huge file. More of these. Just incredible amount of that kind of stuff all week. It's coming from the ground, shooting right over our head, just above us sometimes. There were so many videos, it's hard to keep up with. I mean, literally, we had very little time to go through with all this stuff.
It was hard picking.
Yeah. None of it's been, you can see the Pleiades there. Now, this symbol, this 3, I took that in Malibu in 2015 or 16. Always showing up as 3s. You can see this video right here. This is Casey took this in Arizona. You can notice it's in 3s. Setting as a triangle. So what is it telling us? What is this trying to tell us? Why is there 3 on the cover of my book? Why is it showing up to 3s with Casey and many others? It's actually talking to us. And then last night, same thing. We filmed it on the ground, on the water. Early this morning, just before sunup, it appeared again, right out behind my beach. Now look at Casey's neck. You see this little triangle appear. I've had these on me, and many others get these 3 dots like that, 3 or a little triangle. And this Dennis, that's this morning on Wrightsville Beach. That appeared that's 300 yards away, just before daylight. Dennis is in our group, and he had to catch the airplane early this morning. And on his way out, he filmed that. And then he got a nice shot with a camera showing you where it's just sitting on the water. This orb is some of the stuff that I've taken high definition. Some of these videos we've taken with a special camera that is good in low light. Now look at what's inside this orb. We believe through this research center that with the help of AI and enough of this data, we can find a language in the patterns. It's definitely talking to us, and I know it is without a doubt. It's telling me that. And the next slide, you'll see another orb like this. I took this very close up in high definition, 4K. And it's telling us something in the pattern. This one here has been stabilized by scientists and slowed down. Well, this is normal speed here, but you'll see when it slows down. That black line is where you're wobbling or you're shaking the camera, they just kind of bring it back. But you see what's swimming around inside this orb? This is the kind of detail I'm getting. I have 1,000 videos or more of this kind of detail. This thing's alive, it's real, it's watching us, it's connected to our conscience. It's always there. And it's just something I want to share with everyone. I'd love to have students that work with us, with me, trying to capture this and trying to figure out what it's saying. And that's what we aim to do. And I mean, a lot of people say that looks like a cell, a living cell. Well, that's your ball of light that you're seeing. That's what they look like inside. With the right equipment, with the right focus, and the right patience, you can get these kinds of videos. I've been very successful at it and have a lot of this kind of data, and captured a lot this week, just like that, with that big camera. And that's the slowed down version. And there's a whole lot. You see that shoot through that? What is that? People are saying, well, I don't know what that is. But we aim to study it over the next few years and find some clues. I think we can. Beautiful. So what you're seeing there is the orb's getting brighter. It's starting to illuminate, get brighter and brighter till it washes the camera. Hard thing about filming this stuff, because you're constantly fighting the ISO. Because if the orb's too bright, you got the ISO too high, all you see is light. So it's a lot of work to, 19 years of this I've put in, gathering just terabytes of data. And yeah, it's time the world knows and studies this. And I'm just excited to be a part.
Beautiful. My goodness. My goodness. Deep mysteries. Deep mysteries. This is incredible. So, Bertie, why don't we bring you in? Because while the orbs were over North Carolina, they were also visiting out in New Mexico. And Bertie had very unique experiences there with her watch party. So, Bertie, why don't you come on in and tell us some of the highlights of your sky watching over the last couple of days?
Hey, everybody. We did something a little bit different this time. I have a UFO group here in New Mexico, ABQ UFOs. It's the largest and most active group in the whole world. We have an incredible number of people involved in our UFO group. But over this past week, we decided to do something a little bit different. Normally, we have our phones out, our cameras out. We are trying to capture the orbs, trying to capture what we experience. But over the past 2 nights, we decided, well, I decided and told everybody, let's turn all the technology off. Let's turn it off and see what happens. And so last night was incredible. But the night before, we had all of our cameras on. We got footage of orbs in the sky, like what you've seen with Chris and Casey. And we decided to turn our cameras off. And then we were walking down the mountain. We do our sky watches in the foothills here of the Sandia Mountains. And as we were walking down the mountain, carrying all of our stuff, we had this enormous, and I mean enormous, triangular ship, whoosh, just whoosh over our heads. It blew us away. Of course, we didn't have our stuff out, so we couldn't take a picture of it. But we had 33 people there that experienced that. And then last night was the most incredible night of all. The last night of the Sky Watches for this forum. We went out, and before we all meet at the parking lot, and we all walk together because we have a lot of people who need a little help walking. And so we waited in the parking lot, and I told everybody, hey guys, let's just be human beings experiencing this phenomenon. Let's forget about the technology. Let's completely forget about it. So we had everyone put their phones, their cameras in their cars, lock them up, and we walked up and we did this deep, deep meditation, this deep kind of a calling of the forces meditation for an hour. And then we saw this incredible saucer-shaped ship just descend from the heavens, just absolutely descend over us. And then it flew off and it landed, and we could see where it landed. Now, I live in Albuquerque, New Mexico, in the foothills of the Sandias, and we were at one part of the Sandias. So the ship landed in another part of the Sandias, probably 2 miles away. I would guess. Hard to say, but we could see it land. And at the moment that it landed, every single one of us, all of us that were collected together, 32 of us, we all received the same message at the same time. And we have been talking and texting about it ever since. We all received this message that this will happen again in May when we do a class with Chris. So this was a message for Chris and Jim and myself that the ships, they're going to come, they're going to land, they're going to talk to us. It was an absolutely incredible moment. And I do believe that turning off the technology opened us up in a way that was beautiful and special and allowed us to experience this on a level that we wouldn't have if we were looking through a screen. So we had an absolutely incredible experience last night in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Wow. Wow. That's pure grace, everyone. That's an act of grace. What Chris saw and what Bertie and her team experienced, and there's more to come, because that's what's up for humanity. So in that spirit, I want to segue to the Center for Planetary Intelligence, which is a strategic initiative of the State of the World Forum. And I want to just say in a preliminary way that in the original forum, our tagline was transforming conversations that matter into actions that make a difference. So we had numerous strategic initiatives. And as we begin the new State of the World Forum, we're keeping that ethos alive so that we're having conversations like we've had over the last few days, but we're always looking for traction in the world. And the principal initiative that is going to emerge out of this forum, among a few others that I will indicate as we move forward, is the Center for Planetary Intelligence. And this idea really happened out of conversations that we were having with Chris and his passion for the land there in North Carolina, and his passion to do research on the orbs. So we want to just take a few minutes, and Chris, you just talk to us a little bit about your relationship with that land. And then Casey and Chris are going to walk everyone through a PowerPoint so everyone will get a sense of what we're building there in North Carolina. And that will be a hub for a network of centers around the world. Bertie's going to be establishing one on land there in New Mexico. You're going to hear from Ed Muller in Costa Rica and different places around the world. So we want to give everybody an idea of what's in the process of being manifested, not only by human will, but in this case, by the will of the orbs. So Chris, Casey, tell us about the land.
Yeah, you can actually go ahead and share the presentation now. Chris has a lot of photos to share, so he'll kind of speak to that.
Okay, so we dive into land from here.
Yep, you can go to the next slide, please.
Okay, so 40 some years ago, 1984, I was born. This is where it all happened. What you're seeing here is where I was standing when I walked away from the guys fishing. You can see that little bucket in the top right, or that little chair. They were all sitting right there fishing when I walked away. And this shot on the bottom left corner is where I left, walking up towards the field away from my group. And the bottom right photo is where I found Chris Jr. hiding up under these dense shrubs when I came back from that experience in 2007, January the 8th of 07. And this is part of the Carolina Bays. This is the Cape Fear River, and it flows right from Fayetteville or Raleigh-Durham area all the way up to Wilmington, right now where we're sitting, Wilmington, North Carolina. And at one time, many years ago, the river was named the Jordan River. I thought it was pretty crazy. But yeah, this is home for me. This is where it all began, and where we're looking to build this center is basically the other side of that river where you're looking there, and just down a piece towards Wilmington.
Go to the next slide.
So here again, there's the walk. Top left is the walk away from the river going. You see it's going uphill. And then the top right photo is where the gate was, where I couldn't see. See, you can't see the field on the other side. The bottom left photo is standing at the gate. So if I stood up at that gate, or any of us, that's the view you would get. And that's where the orbs were, and the tree in the middle of the road there, that's where the egg was setting. So I want to give you an idea of the land. The bottom right little mobile home is not there anymore. That's the mobile home we went up to and knocked on the door, trying to get the people to see what was sitting in the road, the driveway between us and the highway. So
Go to the next slide.
So the story starts with me in 1984. I just got married to my lovely wife, Yvonne, and I had the biggest desire to be an airline pilot. And so I just drifted out to the airport one morning, and by chance.
Hey everybody, I'm going to come in for a quick moment. Just going to check in, see how this is going for everybody. And one of the reasons, I don't know, I see that some of you are familiar with Chris Bledsoe, Terry Russo is. Of all the experiencers, John Martin is got a special place in my heart. But also Chris Bledsoe, he is, he's had amazing, excuse me, it's been one of those days. He's had amazing experiences. He's been studied at length by a lot of researchers. He's very open-hearted, very willing to share his stories. And so that's why I felt good about really putting a lot of him into today's program. But I just want to kind of check in. So maybe pop in the chat box if this is interesting. And Terry Russo, I did notice that you had, shared about some of what goes on for you in Massachusetts. If you're still with us, you were with us a little up until a moment ago. Oh, there you are.
I'm here. I'm just off camera because I'm like homesick with the flu.
Oh, okay. Yeah, do you want to share a little bit about your experience, both what you have experienced off the coast? I need you to unmute. I won't put you on camera, but we can hear you.
Oops, sorry, I just was talking with somebody. It would be too much to go into right now. It would take too long, but we've both had experiences since childhood, but I don't think we realized many of them until we were adults, when some things happened that were profound and memories started coming back. But probably some of the more intense things were in 2012. And then in 2018, we had a real sentinel event where something out of Close Encounters, where it was like a blackout. It was it was like a time of year where that we shouldn't have a blackout. It wasn't winter, it wasn't summer, it was like spring or fall, I forget right now. And we were the only area that had a blackout, and it was like 10 o'clock at night, and all of a sudden there was all this stuff in the sky. And so my husband, being the way he is, let's go to the beach because they're going that way. So we go to the beach, and we must have saw, I don't know, 20 objects in the sky, and we never saw anything like that before, ever. We were kind of godsmacked. And we thought, oh my God, this is going to be in the newspapers, the news, everybody's going to be talking about this. I mean, we were freaked out. And the thing is, it was, time of the year where we have a fair amount of tourists. So we're like, where is everybody? The beach should be busy. So the next day, nobody's talking about it. Nobody's seen anything. And then ever since then, a series of events happened. Again, it would take too long to go into right now, and with both of us, but more with my husband. And he had a major healing. I mean, he was to the point where he was going to get in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. He now walks without a cane. So, like, without going into details, a lot has happened. And ever since June 11th of 2018, where that Sentinel event happened, we have seen stuff in the sky just about every clear night, at the beaches, above our house, everywhere. And not even here on Cape Cod, even when we travel, like in Los Angeles, Sedona, we go to different places. But here on Cape Cod, the last couple of years, it's not just us seeing it anymore. Just about everybody that lives here sees stuff in the sky like all the time. Like the fishermen that go out for days, I think it's sword fishing or tuna fishing, they always see like ships going in and out of the water, and it freaks them out. Now they're used to it. And, it's the weirdest thing. Like, people see this now, but, you don't see it in the news ever. You don't see it in the papers. Like, it's like hush, hush. But most people around here has seen things in the sky. And ever since they put the Space Force in at the Air Force Base by the bridge, it's gone up even probably tenfold. And a lot of times you'll see Black Hawk helicopters and, all kinds of jets scrambling, and it's kind of weird. But we see a lot of ships, a lot of orbs, all kinds of objects. I've even seen things right above the house that were like translucent coming in and out of view. I know this sounds crazy. And if you don't know me, I don't know what you think. I don't do drugs. I'm not an alcoholic. I am sane. I'm not bipolar or schizophrenic. I'm actually a nurse practitioner. We see a lot of crazy things, but it's beautiful. We're not frightened. It's nothing scary. I mean, we actually feel in awe of it. I mean, we're getting more used to it now. And, it's hard to explain it this quickly, but there's a lot more to the story. But there's a lot of stuff going on, and people are seeing it. Just some people don't look up into the sky, so they don't know it. But the people that do look in the sky, or they're stargazers like us, they do see this. I mean, even family members and close friends who thought we were crazy at first are seeing things now. So I mean, it's being witnessed by more and more people. So, I don't know what to say, but there's a lot out there. And Chris Bledsoe, he's amazing. We've been fans of his for a long time. So I think it's all pretty amazing.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. And we all believe you. Susan Bloomquist writes, thank you, Terry. Eleanor Joy writes, we believe you, Terry. Carol Craig writes, it's not true. I see that the QAPs. So, definitely. It's 12:40. At 1 o'clock, I do want us to tune in to the Global Silent Minute that's happening all around the world. And Fanny and Vigari are here. So I'm kind of thinking what I'd like to do is I'm going to I'll show I'm trying to think. I'll show a few minutes more of Chris Bledsoe. Then we're going to go to Fanny and Vigari to play some music. And then let's drop into a brief meditation and tune into the Global Silent Minute. And then I'm going to close by showing Jude Caravan. All right? So that's the plan. And so we'll go back and we'll watch a little more of Chris Bledsoe and that program.
We didn't mean to go there, but stopped there. Fell in love and started my piloting career. And so the training area, when you take flying lessons, happens to be right over these big round lakes. It's very unpopulated out in there. And so I first saw these depressions in the ground, and there are literally thousands of them everywhere. And under LIDAR, you can see the Cape Fear River running through the middle of it. And all these depressions, some you can't see, some are lakes, some are just discolorations in the soil. You see a big field, and there's a black round area. And so I always wondered what that was, and it put it into my psyche. And I hunted this area as a young person, but after what happened in 2007, I got a knock on the door a year later, 2008. Dr. Howlett Povenmire from NASA comes knocking on my door. And he began to tell me about the Carolina Bays and the connection to strange things and the tektites, these Georgia tektites, unique. They're unique tektites. There's a couple of different kinds. One's called an Indochinite, which they find them all over. But the specific type of tektite they find, called the Georgia tektite, they find them up and down what they call the fall line, which is the H shore, I-95, going east, north, and south along the East Coast, is built along the fall line. So there are like 500,000 of these depressions that are ranging from New Jersey to Georgia. So if you got in a satellite and you counted them, there's over 500,000. Well, of that, 95% are right there in that county, Bladen County. And the soil is full of meteorites. It's got high levels of that in the soil. And it all adds to
I didn't know about Blitz, so I'm sorry.
Place. And you can go ahead if you want. Next slide.
That's just weird.
The land is absolutely pristine. The lakes and you see the old Spanish moss and the trees and the water table. There's no shortage of water here. You dig down a couple 3 feet, you're going to hit water.
Yeah, I thought.
All these round
or they were
lakes
trying to just
made
date me
by
or something. You
this
know, I don't even know
impact
them. They're
that
trying to
happened.
like friend me. I'm like, go away.
This is Grand
You know,
Central
like these fake
to that
profiles and
impact.
stuff.
Yeah, I got this weird. Listen to
Go to
this.
the next slide.
Hi, LL. This is Lena.
There are
Hi,
carnivorous plants in
I
this
got your number
area.
from Mary. I heard
The
you've been helping
wildlife
find
is
you
just
for-
unbelievable. The amount of deer and one of the largest black bear populations in North Carolina or even anywhere is in this area.
Next slide.
Yeah. And then here you can go again and see the wildlife. The lakes are just stunning and untouched, basically, all this land. So we're aiming to take advantage of this place, and I think Casey's going to lay out what Jim and I and Tom and my daughter Emily and Casey have been working on this quite some time now. So
Yeah, you can go to the next slide. Thank you. All right, so I'm very excited to share the visual design direction with you all today for the Bledsoe Center. So Chris, Emily Holloway, and I.
I'm going to stop it there because what goes on next is Chris Bledsoe is going to be, they're building a campus to train people for remote viewing and creating the opportunities to expand our consciousness. And then Ubiquity University is going to be running some programs with Chris. So it kind of goes into a commercial. But I do encourage everybody to join Ubiquity University, or at least get on the mailing list. And I'm going to now turn it over to our beloved Fanny and Vigari. Happy solstice, beloved ones. The camera's on you. There's a big backlight behind you, so it's
the spaceship, honey. Can you hear us?
We can hear you, absolutely.
It's the spaceship that's right behind us. We are on a land called Avalon, and we have our yurt there, and we saw a rainbow this morning as we were setting up, and then the internet went off base, so we moved into our mini homes, and we are going to play with our space.
Okay. The sound that Vigari is making is very loud. It comes across very, very loud. So maybe tap it much more lightly because it's dominating a little bit. I know I didn't get a chance to do a sound check.
No. So. Akielele shoma yelele ya. Ashima kama kielele we ya yole we. Shangare sanga shukare shangare ya shaya kire showe ye 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 we yore. Shangamaya kye, give thanks for the land, for the skies, for the star people. I say bring it on, bring it on, bring it on. Bring your love, your light. Shakumbaya yo yeah, Shambamba yeah. Shaka shaka shakumbaya yeah. Et voilà, bringing in the love, bringing in the light, bringing in the love, bringing in the light, bringing in the, sing with us, bringing in the light, sing with us, bringing in the light, bringing in the love. We are here to bring the joy on this earth. Have courage to show up, to be light. We are here to master the shadows between dark and light. We are here on earth to heal the past, present, and our future. So bring it on. Bring. It's an invitation, a declaration of peace on earth. Here we are. Bring it on. Bringing in the light, bringing in the love, bringing in the light, bringing in the love. En français, amener la lumière, amener l'amour, 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 amener la lumière, amener l'amour, yeah, 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 Jamba yellow, Jumbamba kike wa jola yellow. Here we are. We have the freedom to love. Love heals all and everything. So touch me, baby. Oh, hold me close to your heart. Touch me, love. We have an opportunity to live in unity, in community. A chance of a lifetime. So bring it on, bring it on. Give all your loving, give all your loving. You'll see a new world rising, a new human race, a new humanity. Shangangongeto sembayule. Of the universe, oh yole. Everybody sing with me. Bring it on. Bring it on, bring your love. I see the hearts of the people opening. I see the light rising around the world. Oh yeah, la joie sur la paix, la joie c'est la paix, la joie sur la terre. C'est toi et moi, mon frère, ma soeur, ma mère, my brothers, my sisters, mothers and fathers. Bring the joy, grace, beauty, as we together shine a loving light. Bring it on, bring it on, my love.
It's all about oneness. We share our oneness, the oneness that we have with our Creator, and the unity that we have with our brothers and sisters right here on Earth and across the galaxy.
Thank you so much. I'm going to go to gallery view. And thank you for helping us bringing in the light. Perfect timing. And a reminder that you can get the music on Bandcamp if you go to the mystiques1111.bandcamp.com. The mystiques1111.bandcamp.com. I'm going to encourage us to kind of shift gears into getting ready for meditation. So today is Worldwide Meditation Day, and there have been all sorts of meditations going on. There was the movement to wherever you are to meditate at 8 a.m. or 5 p.m. And the Global Silent Minute happening. And some of you remember Dot Maver, who's been on our show many, many times. She's one of the main organizers of that. And so as we get close to 1 o'clock, which is 1 o'clock Pacific time, 4 o'clock Eastern, is the time of the Global Silent Minute. And so I want to encourage us, again, to thank Starchild and Vagari, also known as Fanny. Thank you, Omashar, so much for always just being the best partner I could ever ask for. You just make so many things happen.
It's beautiful, and that was beautiful, Fanny. And we just need to create a nice little meditative space right this moment. We have 1 minute to the Global Silent Minute, so let's just take a few deep breaths. Place your hand on your heart. And just imagine a beautiful golden sun expanding in your heart, and it's expanding out to your throat and your solar plexus, and expanding out to your third eye and to your sacral. This golden sun is expanding out to your crown and your root, and feel your whole body now being in the center of this golden sun. And as we go into the Global Silent Minute, Scott will tell us exactly when that is. And so just maintain your heart focus, but maintain that the golden sun is encapsulating your whole body, enlivening all of your chakras, all of your wheels of creation, and bringing us into true alignment. So we're almost there.
Perfect timing, Omashar. Let's just carry the words that he started us with and go into silence now for about 2 minutes.
So let us start breathing again deeply, and wriggle your toes and wriggle your fingers. And keep that hand on your heart and know we're all in this together. We are rising together. And the golden sun is that within our heart, which empowers every cell in our body. And as the world meditates, there are hundreds of thousands of us meditating across the world today. And there's only one of us behind all those individualizations. So let's remember that we are together and we are rising.
Just holding that space for a little bit. Thank you so much, Omashar. Thank you. And thank you, Fanny and Vigari, and thank you everybody for being here. And we're going to take a look at what the wonderful Jude Currivan has to share. She's been on this show. She's a brilliant cosmologist. I have it close to where she starts speaking, but I couldn't hear the audio, so I might have to make a slight adjustment. But here we go with Jude Currivan on the closing program of the State of the World Forum.
Thank you, my friend. We'll be in touch.
Definitely.
And now, everyone, I want to bring one of the great cosmologists, Jude Currivan, to take a few minutes to just show us the vastness of the cosmos that we humans have been created to explore on behalf of the Mother. Jude.
Thank you, Jim, and thank you, Bessan, and everyone. And as we come to complete the forum, I invite us to recognize, acknowledge, and honor the cosmic intelligence of our entire universe. Ever-increasing scientific evidence at all scales of existence and numerous fields of research is overturning the paradigm of a merely material and mechanistic universe, which has resulted in our collective dis-ease of separation and trauma. Converging with universal and indigenous wisdom teachings, it's instead revealing a living universe that meaningfully exists and purposefully evolves as a unified entity, and where universal mind and consciousness are primary to its emergence and potential. Our universe began nearly 14 billion years ago, not in the implied chaos of a bang, but as the first moment of an exquisitely, wonderfully fine-tuned, ordered, and ongoing big breath that breathes the gift of life through our little breaths in every moment. Georg, first slide, please. Here we're looking more than 13.5 billion light years into space and 13.5 billion years back in time to the formation of the earliest galaxies, whirling communities of spinning stars and emergent promise. Second slide, please. Over billions of years within spiral galaxies such as this and our own Milky Way, generations of stars have been born, lived, and died. Each has undertaken a wondrous alchemy, transmuting the simplicity of their initial hydrogen and helium into all the elements that would go on to evolve planets and plants and people. At the end of their lives, some of the largest exploded, and in their passing, bequeathed their elemental abundance to form immense interstellar clouds of hydrogen, stardust, and vitally, water ice. Slide 3, please. The precise and benevolent conditions within such clouds then enabled complex organic molecules to develop, the initiators of biological life. This is an image of one such cloud in the Eagle Nebula of our galaxy, and within whose nests are eggs or evaporating gaseous globules of future stars. These pillars of creation birthed our planetary system. But to evolve further, planetary homes were needed. And now we know that there are more planets in our galaxy than stars. Slide 4, please. Around 5 billion years ago, within such a cloud, a star exploded as a supernova. Its shock waves likely collapsing such an egg and its surrounding material. Again, not in chaos, but into a spinning disk around a protostar. Next slide. This is a 4.6 billion year old asteroid named Bennu. Material brought back from Bennu and recently analysed has confirmed the presence of amino acids, the building blocks of biological organisms, us, water, and crucially, all 5 nucleobases of DNA and RNA, even before the birth of our planetary home Gaia, and unchanged ever since, and the same for all her biological children. The mastery of the DNA and RNA genetic code have guided their intricate evolution from the simplest cells to the most complex and diverse ecosystems. The evidence from Bennu and interstellar clouds offer promise that such emergence is likely, as we've discovered and explored through our forum, likely abundant through our galaxy and our entire universe. 7, please. Slide 7, thank you. Vitally, for us, Gaia is located in a habitable or Goldilocks zone and as a water planet. Her sentience, however, is embodied not only in her biological organisms, but also throughout her planetary rocks and minerals, waters and atmosphere, forming an interdependent Gaia-sphere that has nurtured the continuing progress of complexity for over 4 billion years, and again to us. Next slide, please. The story of our universe is our story. We're each microcosmic co-creators in its evolutionary magnificence and impulse, and we belong as family members of its vast communities of life. It's surely time for us to live up to the name we've given ourselves, Homo sapiens, wise human. And in doing so, to learn from the wisest intelligence, our unitive universe, and to communicate with the wonders within and surrounding us in seen and unseen realms. And ask, what if love is not only the outcome of humanity's journey, but a universal design and evolutionary principle through which coherence, healing, and regenerative futures emerge at every scale of being? This perception is at the heart of the philosophy of Rumi and Sufi tradition. And in embodying unitive love at such intimate, planetary, and cosmic levels is how we can build networks of trust, share a new unitive narrative, heal and remember who we really are. and re-enter sacred relationship with each other and the whole world. This is the spiral dance of our soul's journey to who we can evolve to become. Jim.
Thank you, Jude. Jude has coined this term, the big breath. And I think that's the spirit with which we want to now offer our final homage to each other and to life. Everything that is, from the smallest subatomic particle to the furthest galaxy, whirls. Everything is spinning. That's how time and space manifest. That's how infinity becomes finite, and the finite connects with infinity. It's through the whirling. Today is the day, December 17th, that is known in history as the wedding day of Jalaluddin Rumi, the great Persian mystical poet of the 13th century, who developed all his poetry through whirling. And so it's in the spirit of Rumi, who's the most widely read and appreciated poet in the world, that we now want to bring the 2025 State of the World Forum to a close. So I want to invite Banafsheh Sayad, a Sufi mystic and whirler, sacred dancer, to embody the whirling. And when she is done, Diane Longboat, one of the grandmothers, who has been keeping the sacred fire, which was lit at the beginning and will be blown with breath into infinity as we close. To honor Rumi, to honor the human spirit as we all whirl together into the cosmos as one. Thank you, everyone.
What a blessing to be with you all. Rumi spoke of consciousness as something that evolves from intelligence to intelligence until it remembers itself as one with its source. On the anniversary of his wedding, Rumi's passing into union with the beloved, I offer whirling in honor of this remembrance that our world is now being summoned into. But first, let us hear Rumi's words in Persian, then in English. از جمادی مردم و نامی شدم و از نما مردم به حیوان برزدم مردم از حیوانی و آدم شدم پس چه ترسم کی ز مرگم کم شدم حمله دیگر بمیرم از بشر تا برآرم از ملائک بال و پر و از ملک هم بایدم جستن ز جو کل شیء هالک الا وجهه بار دیگر از ملک قربان شوم، آنچه اندر وهم ناید آن شوم. I died from the mineral state and became a plant. I died from plant life and rose into animal being. I died from the animal state and became human. So why should I fear? When did dying ever diminish me? Once more I shall die beyond the human, so I may lift my wings among the angels. And even from angelhood I must leap onward, for everything perishes except the face of the One. I shall die once again, this time from the angelic, and become what no imagination can conceive.
بریز ای ابر در گوشم، طنین ساز باران را، برآور از دل این خاک تیره سبزه باغ بهاران را. زمستان آب شد از شرم نوروز، بهاران آمده امروز. نوروز نوروز نوروز. اگر خواهی عطای جاودانی ز عالم‌های باقی ملک بسیار از آن باده که ویرانی هوش است از آن باده که ویرانی هوش است ز شمس قدیم بستان ز شمس حق و دین بستان و هشدار خدا بندانه اسرار زهی خورشید در خورشید انوار ز عشق حسن تا خوبان تا خوبان محروم برقصم در مثال چرخ
It's a lot of spinning. Well, my little spinners, my little global peace tribe spinners, it is time for us to go spinning off into whatever else we all have planned today. For me, it's 3 more client sessions and a little break to join Kristen Hoffman for her Sonic Soul family. I'm going to go to gallery review one last time. Thank you, everybody, for being with us. Amazing. We still have 30 of you still with us, so that's beautiful. And a reminder that tomorrow we are going to have a special edition, again, of Making Contact. And what we're going to be focusing on are people who have actually had direct experiences of connection with non-human intelligence. Again, it's a free program. I sent out an email to all of our subscribers, and you're all subscribers, with the link for tomorrow. Also, it'll be on Facebook and YouTube. For those of you watching right now on Facebook and YouTube, we'll go out again that way. Oh my God, look at all the chats that came in. I did not have the chat on. But Dia Therese writes, this is deeply moving. Memories of Persian existence. Maximum gratitude for speaking Rumi in his language first. Yeah, Carol Craig, I got dizzy too. Dr. Laura got up in the foyer and was spinning away. That's beautiful, beautiful. Well, I'm glad that comments coming in. Speaking of timeline shifts, DRR, we've been talking about the timeline shifts. I did a pre-record with Elizabeth April yesterday, which you'll get to see. I'm going to show parts of it as Eve show because she's timeline shifts in 2026. Yeah, she said that the timelines are shifting so quickly now. Everything is changing that fast. Anyway, I love each and every one of you. Thank you for being here, making it truly a sacred Sunday. Thank you, Wild Monk Gerald Anderson, for demonstrating by location with a little help of Zoom. Thank you, Amashar, for being exactly who you are, all that you do. And I hope to see you all tomorrow. Thank you, Fanny and Vigari and the Mystiques. Thank you, DR, for your help. Thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful rest of the Sacred Sunday, and we'll see you tomorrow afternoon. Oh, by the way, remember, tomorrow's at 5, not 6 p.m. 5 start time tomorrow.